Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Spoonful of Jelly. My name is Lauren. And if you're new around here, you're wondering where in the world did this channel come from? I used to be the wife of Brandon the therapist on YouTube. I will link my husband's channel below. Oftentimes, I'll throw up some information about homesteading and homeschooling, gardening, canning projects. And my husband's like, hey, you're taking over my channel. You got to go. So, I started my own channel over a year ago. This next video you're about to watch is from a couple years ago. Perhaps, I believe, almost 3 years ago. It is that old, but it's still relevant. It's still important. And it's about building your library in your home. Behind me is a wonderful bookcase that came with the house, but it is a representation of a ton of books that we have been collecting over the years. Some just above my head are actually books that I read in high school and college. There's some books behind me that I study with in Japanese, and then it's just tons of books that are for my son, for his learning, entertainment, discovery, you name it. So I'm going to pan over and show you guys a video that I pulled from my husband's channel, and I will leave it resting here on our channel on how to build a library, not just for yourself, but also for your children. So if you don't have children, this video is just as important because guess what? Books aren't cheap, but I bet you could find a couple ways with these tips on how to get them cheap. Cheap. So check it out.
We're going the bookstore.
Yep, put your shoes on.
I'm gonna see some toys.
No, books. Put your shoes on.
Books. We're gonna see some books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Welcome back. I ran to Barnes & Nobles. We grabbed 3 books, and I wanted to discuss with you on how you can build a library with your children. First, let's discuss why. Why do you want to build a library with your children? Are you trying to find ways to entertain them? Are you trying to build a hobby? Or are you trying to get them to love books because maybe you love books or your spouse loves books? So those 3 reasons, you probably could come up with 4th and 5th, but you have to have your why. Your why will kind of lead you to the type of books you buy, but that's number 1. We build books because I love to read. The number two reason is where to buy books. Obviously, Barnes & Nobles, that's like a given. Amazon, that's a given. But I challenge you, look around your neighborhood. There is a used bookstore, and there is a local, probably old bookstore that used to be the go-to spot before the giants came out. Find those local bookstores. You will find lots of gems in there. Oftentimes, you will find brand new books or books that have only been out less than 5 years at these bookstores for cheap. Much cheaper than you will find even at a, I don't know, probably even a garage sale. So check them out. Number 2 will be garage sale, or number 3 rather. Number 3, check out your garage sales or neighborhood sales, kid clothing swap sales, those kind of things. You will often find books there, and you will often find bundles. So check those out. Online bookstores. If you have not checked out thrift books, give them a go. I really like thrift books. I really like the fact that you could get used books and they're super cheap, $4, $5, $6, and then sometimes brand new releases are on there, about $3-4 off the sale price or the regular book price. So check out thrift books. Book Outlet, there's a couple other books. I'll put a link below of any that I find that I go to often. Okay, so we got why and we got where. Number 3, if you're trying to build a library, look for book clubs. Book clubs allow for you to learn about a new book per genre. These books are often new. Sometimes they have some old classicals depending on the type of book club you find. But it is so much fun to read a book and discuss with others. If you don't have time to chit chat with other people about what you just read, at least find book clubs because they have the list. Then you can get the list and go shopping, read on your own time, read on your own schedule. But that way you can have a list of books and you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you're looking for when you hit the stores instead of getting there like, what is my kid interested in? So if you're not interested in hitting up a book list where you get a designated set of books, perhaps you're like a rebel like me and it's like, I don't want to read that book to my kid in 4th grade. I want to read to that book to my kid in kindergarten. So if you're one of those kind of people, you might get a little bit lost. So let's discuss different ways in which you can grow your library. Okay, so we're heading into spring. Spring will be here in a matter of days. So one way you can definitely grow your children's library is getting books that are by the season. For example, Berenstain Bears Grow It. This book is about growing plants, planting seeds, the life cycle of a seed. These kind of books will help you to not only enjoy the time of the season, but it gives your children something that they can put away and pull back out in the next year. That allows your books to stay fresh and exciting. So look for seasonal books. Another type of seasonal book will be for holidays or for special events going on. For example, Rocket Says Clean Up. This is a Earth Day book. This book is specialized in Earth Day or just being green, learning about recycling. This kind of book is excellent. You can bring it out for science related studies. You can bring it out for Earth Day. You can bring it out maybe if your kid went to the beach or is going to the beach and they're going to be shocked to see trash at the beach. Find books like this. This will help also. Now, say for instance your child is into a particular topic. My son is all into construction, all into trucks, anything that has a siren, a horn, he's all into it. So instead of diving into cartoon or TV related books, such as like Paw Patrol or Bob the Builder, I find books on that topic that does not have that particular character. This book is a Pick-a-Flap type book called Dig. These books provide an exuberant amount of vocabulary. So this helps your child to learn new vocabulary. If your child is already a speaker, been starting to read and write, these type of books will allow for you to introduce some crazy words that they may not even know how to spell or read. My son has demolished his book, so let me find a page that's not too torn up. For example, scalpel. Okay, your child may not even know what it is. If they know what it is, they may not know how to spell it. But this allows you to have great discussion. You peek the flaps, find more vocabulary, more explanation. But look for these kind of books. These are better than the character books that are an ongoing story of a TV show. Especially if your child does not watch that particular TV show, they may not know exactly what's going on in those books, but they can still get the thrill of the books, of that subject, through standard books like this. Another type of book that you can grab for your children will be books that the whole entire family can read together. Lastly will be beginning books to chapter books. A book like this, Ira Sleeps Over. This book is set up in a manner that the pages have a lot more of a paragraph or two to them, still with pictures. This is an advanced picture book setup. This allows for children to get a more in-depth story. It's more than just a quick 5 or 10 page story, but your child learns to sit through it and learns that there's more to the story, and they'll learn as you go. When you first start this, about 3-4 years old, these type of books, don't be afraid if your child gets up and walks away during the middle of this kind of story. They will eventually get used to it. But grow your library. If you grow it and you keep it within your home, it allows for your child to be surrounded by something that you feel is important. That's the same with no matter what you're trying to do, whether it's toys, art, even good food. The more it's around the child, the more they'll want it, the more they'll appreciate it, and they'll enjoy it right along with you. So until next time, have a good day. Take care.